Hello students. Today we are going to learn about pH and its importance in everyday life. For acidic and basic solutions, we learned that acids are the thing which have H plus ions in the solution. So for different acids, how can we define that which acid is more strong and which acid is less strong? Right? So the strongness and or we can say the strength of acidic and basic solution has to be defined. So for that, the one parameter is defined to determine the strength of acidic and basic solutions. So pH are nothing but the full form of pH is power of hydrogen. Okay, or also we can say the potential of hydrogen. And so pH is a parameter used to specify how acidic or basic a solution is. Okay, so if it is just a value which is giving the idea, which is giving the strength of acidic or basic solutions. The formula for pH is calculated by one formula. The formula for pH is the negative log of H3O plus, the square bracket in H3O plus is representing the concentration of H3O plus. Okay, so acidic nature is only and only determined by the concentration. That means the amount of H plus ion in a solution. So so pH ultimately is directly proportional. Okay, so it depending on the concentration of H plus ion. So and it will be calculated by taking a log. Okay, so logarithm is for the calculation. Okay, so that we are not having in a syllabus. So pH is the negative log of concentration of H3O plus at the base 10. Okay, so if we know the concentration of H plus ion in a solution, by H plus concentration, we can calculate the pH. So we are not going to calculate in our syllabus, but here, if we by putting different value of H plus ion, it is observed that as the concentration of H increases, it is the negative value here. So by calculating, if H plus ion increases, the pH value decreases. So if number of H plus ion increases, that means acidic nature increases, right? So and if H plus is increasing, pH value is actually decreasing. So it ultimately shows that lower the pH value, more acidic nature, because lower pH value is due to higher H plus value. And why it is inverse relation? Because the negative sign in a formula. Okay, we are not going to calculate any of the concept pH value, but just you have to remember that as the H plus increases, that means number of H plus ion increases in the solution. So it definitely shows that acidic nature increases. So for more H plus increases, pH value decreases. So lower the pH value, more the acidic strength. So if someone say that solution A has pH value 4 and solution B has pH value 2, which solution will be more acidic? Lower the pH value, higher the acidicity. So the solution B having 2 pH value will be more acidic solution. Okay, so this is the idea of pH. And if H plus ion decreases, uh, as H plus ion in solution, H plus and OH minus both are present because the solutions are made in water. So in water, H plus and OH minus are equal in numbers. If we are adding acid, number of H plus increases. And if we are adding base, OH minus ion will increase. Otherwise, if base is not having OH minus ion, like ammonia, the problem of ammonia you remember. So if number of we are not adding OH, but we are adding the base with somehow OH, but it ultimately decrease the H plus ion because it accepts the proton. So H plus is accepted. So if H plus decreases, the pH value increases by the calculation because it's an inverse relation. So H plus ion decreases, pH value increases. So we can, and by decreasing pH, H plus ion, basicity increases. So we can say that higher the pH value, more basic nature. So if the solution is, let us say, solution A is having pH value 4 and solution B is having pH value 2, which solution is having more basic? The solution A having pH value 4 is more basic compared to solution B. So this for the aqueous solution, what is the range of pH value? From what is the lowest and highest value of pH? By calculation, pH value of aqueous solution is from 0 to 14. And in between 0 to 14, the chart, or we can, the pH scale can be drawn like this. Very important, this pH scale, which is showing acidic nature and basic nature with H plus and OH minus concentration. See, in the last lecture, I have told that for the pure water, the concentration of H plus and OH minus is 10 raised to minus 7 molar. So if I am putting that 10 raised to minus 7 molar concentration in a formula to find the pH of a pure water, I am getting, by calculation, 7 is the answer. So we can say that for a neutral, pure water is a neutral solution which is having pH value 7. So for neutral substance, for a neutral solution, pH is 7, where H plus and OH minus are equal in number. So this graph shows the comparative, the relative amount of H plus and OH minus. At 7, H plus and OH minus are equal in number. For a lower value of pH, acidicity increases, strength of acidic nature increases. So you can say that, you can see that the H plus amount, see this line area are showing the H plus concentration. So this area of line part is increasing. That means H plus amount increases, concentration of H plus increases for lower value of pH, and more than 7 the H plus amount decreases, so pH value increases, and if H plus decreases, OH minus increases. So this comparative idea is represented in a scale, right? But in water, H plus and OH minus both are present. Okay, so this is how. This is the range of pH scale 0 to 40 for pure neutral solution. Pure water having pH value 7. So the neutral solution have pH value 7. For lower value, H plus increases, acidic nature increases. And for higher, more than 7, 7 to 14, basic nature increases, acidic nature decreases. Right? Now, these are the, so how do we measure? This is the formula based calculation. But if we don't want to do calculation, then how can we measure the pH value? There are some experimental ways too. There are two methods, approximate method and exact method. See, for approximate method, first one we can say the litmus paper. See, litmus paper is not giving any pH value idea, but if, let us say, if litmus paper, red litmus paper turns to blue, then it is a base. So we can say that the basic solution have pH value 7 to 14. So we can say that by litmus paper we can predict the basis the pH values. So if for the basic solution we can say that the pH value varies from 7 to 14. But for acidic solution, if it gives acidic solution, then pH value must be between 0 to 7. But if we want some exact value of pH paper is giving the idea. The pH paper is a white color paper. If we dip the pH paper into any solution, depending on the strength of acidic or basic solution, it gives a color. So if it gives red color, okay, and with that pH paper, there is a range of color, calibrated range of color is given with you. So depending on the color you get on the pH paper, the value of pH of a solution can be identified. If you are getting red color, then you can say that the pH value range from 1 to 2. If it is yellow, then the pH value increases. For green color, the pH value is 7. For blue and violet, and ultimately the dark violet color, the pH value is 14. So the color band of pH paper is given with the paper. Depending on the color you are getting, you can predict the value of pH of a solution, but that is the approximate way of measuring the pH value. Now, but if you want to get the exact pH value, that exact value of pH can be determined by pH meter. It is an electrical device which measures the exact value of pH. Okay, but that is not in our syllabus. So, depending on the number of H plus ion, it defines the strength of acidic nature. Let us say there are two different acids, hydrochloric acid and one thing is acetic acid, which is used as a vinegar, right? So now, what acid? There are two different terms for acid, strong acid and weak acid. How can we say this? See, strength of the acid is only and only defined by the number of H plus. More the number, more the strength, more strong the acid. Now, if we are taking the same concentration of HCl and acetic acid, hydrochloric acid and acetic acid we have taken in the same amount, and these two same amount are added in the water. So HCl will give the hydrochloric acid solution and acetic acid will give acetic acid solution in a water. Both have the amount of HCl and acetic acid is same. So do these two have the same pH value? The question is, so but it is seen that these two, see, if the concentration or amount is same, that will give the same number of H plus ion, and if they are giving the same number of H plus ion, the strength of acidic nature is same for both, but they are not giving the same number, right? We have taken the same amount, remember that. But why it is not giving the same strength? Because when HCl is added in the water, each and every molecule of ionized. Ionization must remove separation of H plus and Cl minus into the water. Water will dissociate H plus and Cl minus. So each and every molecule of HCl will be separated, will be dissociated. So let us say if we have taken 100 molecule of HCl in a water, added in water, 100 molecule will be separated. So we are getting 100 H plus ions and 100 Cl minus ion in a water. So this is called complete ionization. Compared to HCl, the same amount is taken for acetic acid. So 100 molecule of acetic acid is taken, right? So this 100 out of this 100 molecule, each and every molecule will not be dissociated, right? So let us say out of 100, 10 molecule will dissociate. So and other will remain as it is in a neutral form, in a molecule form. They will remain in a solution. So only the sum of some numbers of molecules are can be dissociated by the water. So out of 100, let us say 10 are dissociated. So we are getting 10 H plus ion, because from acetic acid we will get H plus ion definitely, because acid will give H plus ion. So 10 H plus ion are obtained in a solution. HCl is giving 100 H plus ion for the complete ionization, because each and every molecule. Acetic acid is giving only 10 H plus ion. So the numbers are less. If numbers are less, the pH value, so the strength of acidic nature will be less, right? And for the lesser acidity, pH will be more. So pH value will be more for acetic acid, because more the pH value, less the acidity. And this is called the incomplete ionization. So if each and every molecule are dissociated, that will give the strong acid, that is defined by the strong acid. So complete ionization is called, if it is that, it is the strong acid, and incomplete ionization is that it is the weak acid. Same way for the base you can define it. If each and every base molecule are dissociated, it is a complete ionization, it will be the strong base, and if incomplete ionization, it is the weak base. So this is the idea of strong acid and base, only and only depending on the number of H plus. And you can see that the pH value, the strength, is only depending on the concentration value. Okay, so this is the idea of strong acid and strong base. The knowledge of pH value is very important, because certain activities or certain functions can only be done in certain pH range. If pH value changes beyond that range, beyond that certain value, then that function or that activity will not be possible, or that have a different results, that have different effect of on the organism or anything. So that's why knowing the pH value is quite important. Importance of pH in everyday life. See, first one, plants and animals. The survival of plants and animals are in certain range of pH. That is, the pH range of survival of plant and animal is 7 to 7.8. So plant and animal are adapted to this pH value. If pH value changes from this, then it damages or it harms the plants and animals. Like for aquatic animals, the pH value of for river water is up to 5 to 6. Okay, plants and animals, aquatic animals can survive up to 5.6 to 6 pH value. But if acid rains occur, okay, and the pH value for acid rain is below 5.6, then this acid rain mix with the water of river, and that, because acidic water is added in the river, so the pH value decreases. So for lower if pH value of river or water of river is less than 5.6 pH, then the survival of plants, aquatic plants and animals is difficult. So if we know if we are having the idea of pH, if by knowing the value of pH, we can identify whether the organisms are harmed or damaged or not. Now pH of a soil. Generally, there are many types of soil, various types of soils are there. So the range pH value of soil is 3.5 to 10. Okay, so for less than 7 values, that soil is called the acidic soil. For 7 or near about 7, that soil will be the neutral soil, and more than 7 value up to 10, that will be the basic soil. Okay? Generally, in normal temperature areas, this soil is generally basic. So the farmers are doing this if the and these plants and crops are adapted to certain pH only. Some plants can grow in acidic soil, some plants can grow in basic soil, some plants in neutral soil. So, what farmers are doing, if their plants are adapted to acidic soil and somehow these the pH value of soil or the soil becomes basic, they have to add the acidic material to make the soil acid. Okay, or if the soil is basic, or if the soil is basic, then they have to add some acid, and if the soil is acidic, then they have to add some basic material to make it normal. Okay, so plants and crops are very much adapted to certain pH ranges. If the pH value changes for the soil, plant cannot be grown. pH in our digestive system. In stomach, we have hydrochloric acid, and this acid, the function of acid we know, we have learnt in digestive system. This acid have the main function that it makes the acidic bacteria, and the pH range of that acid in the stomach will be 1.5 to 3.5. And if the pH value and if the pH value decreases further, then it damages the stomach, right? And so this pH value can be decreased by maybe overeating or we can say indigestion in the stomach. The indigestion in the stomach secretes more and more acid, because to digest it, more and more hydrochloric acid will secrete. So amount of hydrochloric acid increases beyond limit in the stomach. The pH value, the more the acidicity, lower the pH value. pH value decreases, and that extreme amount of acid in the stomach, we are calling it acidity. And to neutral it, if the amount of acid is more beyond the limit, then we can say that it damages the stomach, right? So for that, to make it neutral, to weaken the acidicity, we have to add some base, because acid and base neutralize each other, right? So we have to add some base to neutralize this acid. So the materials used as a remedy for acidity, we are calling it antacids. These are the basic material, like milk of magnesia, that is magnesium hydroxide, then baking soda, and other material. ENO is nothing but the basic material used in acidity. pH change causes tooth decay. Okay? So the pH, our saliva have some pH range. This pH range is 5.5 to 7.6 in the mouth. If the by the food or anyhow, if this acidic material, if acidicity increases in the stomach, that means pH value decreases less than 5.5, then that it increases the acidic medium in the mouth, and that damages the teeth, because teeth is made of calcium phosphate material, hard substance, and due to the presence of acid in the mouth, it corrodes the tooth, and it damages the tooth, right? And this is called the tooth decay. So that's why, and this acid mainly comes from the food, right? The spices and all, or sugar. The bacteria present in the mouth will uh, react with the sugar and makes the acid. So if this acid will remain in the mouth for a long time, it decreases the pH less than 5.5. That means that's why we have to remove this acidic medium in the mouth, and that's why we are using toothpaste. Toothpaste is it contains the basic material, so it is very advisable to use the toothpaste and to brush the teeth every time after eating, because when we eat, acidic materials are present in the mouth. So when we do the brushing of the teeth, the toothpaste having the basic materials which neutralize the acid in the mouth, and the acidic medium in the mouth can be removed. Now self-defense. Sometimes for this defense we have to we have to know the pH value. See, whenever some honeybee or ant sting, why we are getting irritation and pain? Because honeybee and ant, in the sting of that, when they bite, it contains acidic material, right? So to remove it, like honeybee contains melatonin material and ant sting contains methanoic acid. This when this ant or something, it gives pain and irritation. So why? Because this acidic materials are enter in the body. So to remove it, to remove the effect of this acidic material, we are what we are using as a remedy, basic material we should use. So generally we are using the clay, right? The wet clay we are using it, and that clay in our from our home or from our garden, that clay is generally basic soil. So that soil will be we can use as a remedy that neutralize the acidic effect from the honeybee sting or ant sting. Nettle sting also contains the methanoic acid. Nettle is a plant seen in the jungle. It is a wild plant. This sting also contains methanoic acid. Whenever we touch accidentally this nettle plant, the leaf of it contains methanoic acid. So it gives pain and irritation. So nature is very interesting. Besides this nettle plant, there is a dog plant. Okay, and this dog plant having the basic nature. So whenever the nettle sting accidentally, when you touch it by accident, it is having the methanoic acid. Suddenly you can rub that area with a dog plant leaf, which is having a basic nature. Otherwise, basic soil also can be used to decrease the effect of this nettle sting. So this is how knowing the pH value is quite important. We can know that whether the organism can survive or not, whether tooth is decayed or not. So this all are depending on certain pH, and by knowing it, we can predict the damage or anything. So read up to the students, and if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Thank you.